ask me where I come from, here's what I tell everyone. I was born by God's dear grace in an extraordinary place where the stars and stripes and the eagle flies. It's a big old land with countless dreams, and happiness ain't out of reach. Hard work pays off the way it should. Yeah, I've seen enough to know that we've got it good, where the stars and the stripes and the eagle fly. There's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. I pledge allegiance to this flag, and if that bothers you, well, that's too bad. But if you got pride and you're proud you do, hey, we could use some more like me and you, where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly. Stands in a harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. No, it ain't the only place on earth, but it's the only place that I prefer to love my wife and raise my kids, hey, the same way that my daddy did, where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly, where the stars and stripes and the eagle fly.
Outside wall. Gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is gonna touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save!
Look to the outside as Trunkgate goes off. De Jong into second place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I'm trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us once again here on Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. RFC NextGen K&N Series Autism Speaks 100 live from Speedway. Got a connection problems, issues going on, technical difficulties, but we're trying to work those things on out up here in the production booth. And well, for the first time in a long time, I've got my good buddy Cody Early up here in the broadcast booth with me. Cody, how you doing tonight?
Dave, I'm doing just fine, man. I'm excited to finally be in the booth here with Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to thank you for the opportunity and ready to see the next-gen cars on the racetrack here at California. An exciting racetrack, not only for the size of the track, but the track itself, one of the roughest tracks on the circuit.
Points leader Katie Osmond sitting 34 points ahead of the very fast Troy Radford. Gordon Larson Jr. right there, top three. After that, you see a big jump in points. Still a long season to go for these drivers, so look for some of them to make some gains as we click through just about the halfway point here in the season. We've got a little bit behind Cody, so we're trying to smash in as much stuff as we can here. Gonna pull up our race sponsor for tonight, and actually the sponsor for the entire month here, riding in the booth, talking with us right now, Cody, is the very fast Unicorn, Damon Cox. How you doing, bud?
Hey guys, what's going on tonight?
Not much. You know what it normally is. Same stuff, new day, but we've got the mouth of the South, Cody Early, the wild child, up here in the booth tonight, man. How you feel about that?
I never dreamed I would see the day, but here we are, and it's a great night, that's for sure. Damon, you've got a pretty good race car. 8th quickest in practice earlier on the racetrack. Tell us a little bit about that car tonight.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been struggling. All of us have been kind of practicing together trying to figure out this thing, and I don't know. I looked up and found that I had a decent little lap going there, but it's going to have to be patient. You're going to have to back these corners up because she's a pushy little machine for sure.
Well, we got a little behind the 8 ball there, Damon, so gonna have to let you go because qualifying, getting ready to get underway. I'm sure the crew chief's gonna be screaming at me here in a minute, but before we let you go, bud, would you like to give me a shout out, thank yous, IDs, anything like that?
Yeah, I just want to thank the league for allowing me to sponsor this stuff throughout. As everybody knows, Autism Awareness is April. So, guys, thank y'all for what you do, and we'll talk with you soon.
All right, good luck, elbows up. There you have it. That was the driver of the 57 machine, Damon Cox, as he gets ready to climb back in his K&N. Arca Menards Chevy Impala. I believe that's what they've changed the name to. Not quite sure. Don't really remember. And ooh, that looks pretty dirty up there in the top left of the screen. But nonetheless, yellow flag out on happy hour. Green flag for qualifying. Looking to see who's already out on track. Looks like Eric Blunt's out there on track, so we'll jump on board with him as he makes his way around the track for his up to speed lap just now on to the backstretch.
Yeah, these drivers going to go out on this racetrack and try to set down fast time. And Dave, I think you would agree with me on this. Qualifying and track position here is going to be very important.
Yeah, track position very important with especially these new cars. Well, not new, the newer build, the newer tire model. Trying to hear. Looks like I've got some people saying trouble hearing me in the mic, some saying I'm good. But anyways, we're going to continue to watch Eric Blunt make his way through turns. I believe that is 1 and 2. And a lot of other drivers actually out on track as well. The 33 of Brian Mescal Jr., Brian Snare on track as well. Michael Massengill, Lance Yancey in his 77 machine also out there turning some laps.
Watching Brian Snare there his last lap. Seems like he's running about a half a groove higher than the other race drivers on the track as we speak. But everybody's got to find their own pace around this racetrack, especially in the turns.
Yeah, finding the right pace without wearing out. That right front is a battle and a challenge as Eric Blunt's going to cross the line, slot into third. So far for the provisional pole here tonight, Chris Berg in his 67 on top of the speed charts as of right now. K.D. Osmond, your points leader, sitting in third, as it looks like Brian Mescal Jr., the missile Mescal Jr. in that 33 AC Delco Superman Chevy Impala getting the job done. Let's see if he can improve his time.
You mentioned Chris Berg there a few minutes ago. He was at the top of the charts. Now he's not, but he has had the hot hand the last 2 weeks. He was winner at Darlington 2 weeks ago, and last week picks up the checkered flag in Bristol.
Yeah, on a tear as of late has been Berg. Him and his teammates doing a heck of a job out there so far this year. Brian Mescal Jr. crossing the line. Let's see if he can improve that fourth position. Only able to jump up to third was Mescal Jr. Gonna see who we can see out on track. Looks like the 5 of Brandon Hartwell has begun his first timed lap, making his way down the backstretch and into turn 3.
Lance Yancey's out on the racetrack as well. He's a winner from earlier this year in that number 77 Jasper Engines and Transmissions machine.
And there's a lot of interesting little paint jobs. A lot of guys have been switching up their paint jobs as of late. And a lot of drivers going out and picking down some qualifying laps close to halfway here in qualifying. Brandon Hartwell going to slot in 6th on his first time lap now, making his way to the bottom of the track through 1 and 2. Going to go try to steal that pole position away from the fast as always 49 of Troy Radford, sitting on top of your provisional pole.
Brandon Mefford came in second quickest so far out of that group right now. He's off the racetrack. Dustin Ping, he just now come off the racetrack. So right now, really somewhat even, the top 2 as far as speeds, and then you're going to break down into the 42.2s after that. But the entire field almost within 4/10 of each other.
Yeah, time's very, very close, and it's just a matter of a wiggle that can cause you to not get the pole and start tail end of the field. Looks like Alan Westman in his 17 has begun some burnouts there at the end of pit road. You can see him off in the distance trying to warm up the tires. I believe some drivers think that actually helps if you burn up the tires a little bit, get them a little bit warmer before you head out on track. So yeah.
Dave, you could look at it that way, or he's preparing for if he goes to Victory Lane tonight. Maybe he's getting things organized.
Could be. Not quite sure. Nonetheless, looks like we've got about halfway in qualifying here as Alan Westman has reset his car. 00 of Roy Hyde out there on track, putting down some qualifying laps. We'll take a look at Roy as he makes his way around the track. And I mean, this is one of my favorite paint jobs each and every week.
By far, that 00 machine looks good every single week on the racetrack, and very proud of those colors that he flies each and every week as well.
Absolutely. We've hit the 4.5 minutes remaining mark here in qualifying. Looks like we've got about 14 or 15 drivers with a lap time already turned in. Roy Hyde yet to turn in his lap. This will be his first scored lap, so that will give us 16 drivers with laps down so far here today from AutoClub Speedway. Just about 4 minutes remaining, and no, Roy Hyde looks like he's shutting it down a little bit slow here. Yes, he's going to go ahead and shut it down, not really turn in a time. So we'll step back away from the track. And well, Cody, looks like we may have everybody that was going to put down a timed lap. They may have decided to already do so.
Yeah, Dave, it looks that way. Troy Radford has the top spot with a 42.170, but he's sitting at the end of pit road anxiously waiting to see if anybody can top that. And if they do, he's going to be ready to go back out. But right now, it looks like everybody's pretty content with where at the times they put down.
Absolutely, and I don't think anybody is going to put down another time lapse. So we're going to take a brief commercial break, step on away from the track. We'll head back for your starting grid and head down trackside for the singing of our national anthem. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
back at AutoClub Speedway. What a great way to get ready for a race. And now we seem to have those connection issues going on pretty hardcore again. As you can see, a little bit of the screen glitching. You see the cars up there in the distance flashing in and out. There you see them now starting to slowly calm on down. So things may turn out to be all right. We'll have to wait and just play with it. Got some issues going on with the overlay as well. But anyways, back to the point, back to your starting lineup. Gosh, this is going to annoy me if this doesn't fix itself very soon. But anyways, we'll do what we do with it. Your starting lineup for today's race. Pole position, the 49 of Troy Radford. Lining up to his outside will be the 83 of Brandon Medford. Row number 2, Chris Berg, followed by Brian Maskell Jr. Oh man, this is really bothering me right now. Row number 3, the 82 of Tyler Hilton and the 84 of Chris Medford. Row number 4, the 5 of Brandon Hartwell and the 88 of K.D. Osmond. Row number 5, the 1 of Dustin Ping and the 38 of Derek Robinson. Row number 6 here tonight, the 3 of Michael Massengill and the 77 of Lance Yancey. Row number 7, the 6 of Eric Blount and the 45 of Brian Snare. Row number 8, the 98 of Thomas Light and the 00 of Roy Hyde. Row number 9 here tonight, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to fix this when I can. Alan Westman, followed by the 19 of Rick Reinert. Row number 10, the 14 of Corey Walters and the 57 of Damon Cox. Row number 11, the 08 of David Smith Jr. and the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. Row number 12, the 76 of Chuck Mobley and the 34 of Douglas Wasaki, and we are green flag racing here at Auto Club Speedway. Field goes flying by. Oh man, this is driving me insane right now. We may have to do something about this. Step away for a brief moment, maybe, if this doesn't iron itself on out. And yes, it looks like we're going to have to take a quick commercial break, try to get things all worked out and figured out over here. Bear with us. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're having some connection issues. Looks like they're slowly starting to work themselves out. Don't want to bring it to you just yet. Trying to let it iron itself out. Looks like it's slowly starting to do that. So just as I say that, we start getting some more of that blinkiness going on. We'll try to see what happens here. Gosh. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, give us just a brief moment. We're going to step away. We will restart everything here on our end. Give us just a